Five, four, three, two, one. From the land of Cowlitz County, folks, to the rest of the world, we bring you the Pound Hour. All right. I'm the L. He's the B. Sometimes I'm like B later. I'm sometimes I'm B. Sometimes he's an L. You know, he's like a later. Sometimes I'm Bravo. I don't know. B is Bravo, obviously for many things, right? B is or Bravo is the word on what kind of technologies are communication is that?
What kind of technology?
Not technology, but communication. What is that called? They say Bravo, Echo, yada yada. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. That's like military talk. I don't know the details.
Yeah, but I can't remember what kind of what that communication is called. Charlie Sulu. You know, it's like. Uh, But anyways, yeah, that's us, and we're idiots. We stop this and do this with a good
I have
thing.
a question for you. Considering
Sure.
letters, there's 26 letters, but if we took one away and had 25, what letter would you get rid of?
If I get rid of a letter, I have to get rid of the letter Q.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say because it needs a U to survive. You can do KW and get the same sound. So Q would be gone.
Well, I wasn't thinking that, but I thought that,
Double
yeah,
need.
KW is the same thing, right? Yep, exactly.
You don't need Q. That's the new
Qu.
slogan.
Yeah, Q is pretty much a. We'll have to remind our QAnon guy of that. Don't need Q to survive.
We may eliminate the whole letter, so they'll have to come up with KW or something. So
yeah, that's funny.
Up to them. Well, speaking of letters again, E is for entertainment. We had entertainment last night, and it was fun. We had Peter Madden.
Yep, Pete Madden, Peter James. Actually, I call him Peter James.
Yeah, Peter James, Pete Madden.
He says I'm Peter Madden, but when I was a kid, the whole thing on that was he had said it was about 20 years ago when Rick James was out, and it was Dave Chappelle, you know, and he was a huge Dave Chappelle fan, as Peter was, but Rick Chappelle came out and said, "I'm Rick James, bitch," and then Peter came to the goes, "I'm Peter James, bitch." So I thought that was kind of funny, but you know, anyway. But either way, Peter James he's a multi-talented guy, and he's got the ability to play all kinds of music, as well as, you know, he's actually a mechanic slash just a, you know, a good human being. But
yeah, he played us out to this song that I wish we had known he was going to play it, because I would have liked that to be the whole song. That was a good song. "I'll Fly Away," the way he ended that was good. So he's going to be back in a month or two, he said, and have a whole
good. Yeah, so "I'll Fly Away."
Yeah, that's what he was doing at the end. I went, wow, if I had known he was doing that, I wouldn't have ended it there. I would have let the whole song go and then ended it, because that was good.
Yeah, he was doing pretty good. I like that. It's very upbeat, and
yeah, very happy
song. That's funny. "I'll Fly Away." I can't think of. I think of when I think of "I'll Fly Away," I think of like Frank Sinatra or something. That's "Fly Away."
No, it's a spiritual song. It's the one.
Oh, "I'll Fly Away, oh Lord."
Yeah, oh glory.
Yeah. Oh glory. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, the guy came up and sang it and played the guitar at my brother's funeral, and it was a beautiful moment. So then Pete went into that song. I had no idea he did that song. So it was. We got a little glimpse of it. So he said he's going to play it on the next time, you know, on the next show when he's on in a month.
Yeah, I like when he does upbeat stuff. Actually, he does a lot of his own songs, which is very cool. You know, that's her. You know, a person's talented when they're doing their own stuff. But I like upbeat stuff myself. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Things you can sing along with, and but either way, he did great. It was his first time at the Friday Night Live, and he rocked it pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
I think he did well. So if you're out there and you're listening to us BS as normal, make sure you get onto that Friday Night Live version 3, or not version 3, but it's episode 3.
Yeah.
Which was last night. Yeah, that was good. And it'll get better every time. I think it did.
Oh, yeah.
You know, once we had stupid little errors, and that's what sucked at first. It was like the errors of my phone. I mean, that was sideways once again. Like, good God,
Yeah.
really? You know, we recorded the half the thing on sideways, and those were really good songs we did then. You know, I thought they were great. They were even better the first time, actually. I thought because there was different songs, he was ready for those, but then he didn't want to play those same ones again. I guess he's got a wide variety of songs, so it's good.
Yeah, and we've got that situation rectified. We'll go off a computer.
Yeah.
We'll have a base because it'd be nice to be able to show people clips of different things instead of having to try to look at the TV. So yeah, we got it all figured out. We got 2 weeks. That's what I like about it. 2 weeks gives you time to rehearse, practice, technique.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the going off the other one. We tried that thought before, but
we're gonna have to figure something out. That phone thing isn't working because it didn't sound good, and then you can't have a.
I thought it sounded really good, actually.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
we absolutely cannot have the sideways. That's just.
Can I have what?
The
sideways. No, that does not. That doesn't work. Nope.
That can cause actual heart palpitations. And, constipation.
We should have had that checked earlier, but that's okay. Well, no worries. We'll figure it out next time. We're good.
Hey, the entertainers are great. It's been a different type.
As long as they're great, you know, we're good to go. Yeah.
It's about the entertainers, the singers. We've had 3 good singers so far. So nice to have them.
I even got to get in there and ruin Peter's last song, so that was cool.
What's that?
So I even got to go in there and ruin Peter's last song.
Oh yeah, his best song. There's nothing wrong, I guess. In the next time, if the guy's playing, just play him out. Let him play out.
Yeah.
Go to black. Tell him we're playing you out with Peter Madden. I'll fly away, and then just let it play, and then
let's play until the end of the song. Yeah, we're good with that.
That's a live and learn. It's cool.
Yeah, everything in life is a live and learn, you know. But I liked it. We had it was a good time, you know. And then you have to go out with the problem about this is that, you know, now I'll be today just home all day healing up, basically, from being like 2 hours of 2 hours of work, you know, or a little bit, you know. It's like my brain just kind of like makes me go home and relax and chill out and try to re-heal for the day. But did get to go out last night with my son for the first time, have a beer on his he didn't have a beer, should have. But for his 21st birthday, which we did. He's been 21 for a month now, but it's just this is COVID, actually over a month. But this COVID makes it so you can't go to bars and stuff, you know. So the first time actually going to a bar with him, but it's funny because what I appreciate is finding out, you know, he doesn't really like alcohol, which is good, you know. It was that bag of cocaine he pulled out that fucking threw me. I'm just kidding. No, but he doesn't like alcohol, and that's a good thing, really, you know. But yeah, we gave him his first drink. A friend said his first drink would be a Long Island iced tea, right? Now, a lot of people out there might actually enjoy Long Island iced tea. I do not, but he likes tea, some teas, so I thought he'd like that. He'd go for it. I think they're disgusting myself.
Yeah.
Long Island, yeah. So yeah. See, they're like, yeah. I should have given something better. Could have gotten a duck fart or something. Something nice. But either way, he's like, you know, well, I'm not going to get, you know, become an alcoholic because I don't really like alcohol. Yeah. I'm like, well, that's good. You know, I wasn't. But traditionally, you know, you want to take your son out or your child out to 21 and have a drink with them because it's something they can celebrate, you know?
Yeah. Well, and the fact that he's not a drinker is going to save him probably 80 grand or more in his life. So.
Yeah.
Possibly well, 3 or 4 houses. Yeah. He's on the right track if he's not a booze guy. If he can handle 1 or 2, he said he doesn't really like it. He was telling me, not a booze guy. He said.
Yeah, no, I think I love my son to death, but he may. Yeah, well, either way, I'm just glad he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Think of all the problems that's caused for so many people. A lot of people have fun with it, but a lot of people have ruined their lives. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I think actually, oddly enough, that he wouldn't be here without the booze. I guarantee that, actually. I mean, he would be here, probably just a different date, birthday, right? Yeah. So actually,
served its purpose in his life, so it's done. It got him here, and he's like, okay, I'm cool.
yeah, exactly. No, because I do believe that some stories should be kept alone. But I will tell you,
he thought the conversation was very boring. The old guy's talking. He was laughing. He was telling me, man, this is exciting. He was joking around about it. You guys talking about the old days. He was like, oh, this is great. This is why I came here. And he was being sarcastic.
well, it didn't help that his mom showed up, and he wasn't going to get a buzz on in particular. That was mom there either. So, and I'm like, don't matter to me. It was interesting. Although I did find out that his mom's friends came over, and one of them that I'd never met before was like, don't worry, I've heard a lot about you. It's not all bad. And I'm like, oh, it's not all bad. So that's good, I guess,
Well, your friend Luke had a good quote. He said they were bowling. Your ex-wife was bowling. He said bowling is for people that can't play pool. So I thought that was good.
Yeah. Well, and I grew up at the pool table. I mean, I love playing pool, but just nowadays it got away from me early on, and I moved to Seattle actually, and when I moved to Seattle, I didn't take the time to go out and find friends to play pool again.
Yeah.
And so I pretty much not lost that ability, just if you don't use it, you lose it type of thing. And I'm pretty bad at it now.
Decision. You got to be on top of it. You got to play it a lot. The guys that play it all the time, though, they get pretty darn good.
Yeah, no, it's definitely I mean, my friends like Luke in particular, they probably spend 40 hours a week playing pool.
Wow.
Well, I'll say that he probably plays 20 hours a week playing pool and 20 hours a week sitting waiting for somebody else to play a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just waiting, because you're a lot of times in pool tournaments and so forth, you're waiting.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see the tournaments come back. I'm looking forward to that. I won't go see them or anything, but just to know they're out there and people are having fun.
Yeah.
People need to get out and have some fun. The weather's getting better.
It is.
Spring forward, 2:00 in the morning coming up.
Tonight?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not ready for that one yet. But I think I read people were talking about this recently. They're talking about getting away from the standard time. I mean, they're getting away from
daylight savings.
I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not, but if they get away from daylight savings time, that would be interesting.
I think it's happened in some states. I don't think Arizona doesn't.
Yeah, I do.
What?
They do half the time. So they don't go forward, but they always go back. Something like that.
No, they just leave it, I think. That makes no sense.
No, seriously, they go an hour. I think they go an hour back, but I don't know. You're right. It doesn't make sense.
They just don't do anything. That's what we're all hoping for. So let's leave it alone. We don't need to do that.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it because that was a pretty idiotic statement, but still.
Well, maybe they turn it back an hour and then immediately put it back up an hour. That's
yeah, I don't know.
But they're not Democrats.
I know they do something.
They do it simple. They do the simple way. Let's just leave it alone. I think it's Arizona.
Yeah, it might be. I can't remember now. But it's because of their workers. They have a lot of workers. Most of the majority of the people in Arizona are actually produce workers. And if you ever go there, I mean, their dinner is like at midnight. Yeah, it's like all their little places. There's hot dog, their taco stands and stuff outside. They don't even open up until like midnight. It's crazy. Wow. So
where's this, Arizona?
Yeah, that's in like even Yuma and Well, but most of it actually, most of Arizona, it's just that these dev. That's why I was very surprised when I went to a taco stand down there. It was like fresh tacos, whatever, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and they were
Wow.
selling them for $1 or whatever. And I was like, who eats tacos this early in the morning? And it's like, well, their schedules are totally different. So, but I may have to go back to Arizona and spend a while. Actually, I'm going back in May. So I'm going back in May, folks. If you have something you want to break into my house and steal some shit, it's time to do it. But yeah, going back in May because my friend Pete, different Pete. I have Pete, and repeat actually in my life, and but my friend Pete's son's graduating, so I got to travel back down now May 21st or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, as long as I can stand riding a car and pulling over 500 times. I don't know. We'll find out. But his brother doesn't fly, so.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, tonight we spring forward. No, and before that we got a free UFC fight. So anybody that wants to check it out without paying for it, get on there. Good.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'll find out. I'm not sure what the plans are.
That was one of the most successful businesses during the pandemic was the UFC. They actually increased profits, made more money, got more sponsors, did great shows.
Yeah.
Created the Abu Dhabi Fight Island. So it was pretty good to see during tough times. One company really, really grew.
Yes. And you know who else grew tremendously by leaps and bounds? Zoom.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they literally have and that was, I think that I don't know. I think that I wish I could have had stock in this stuff because it's ridiculous. And then it's like, what's this Bitcoin?
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about that stuff really. To me, it's all hypothetical. It sounds like to me, and I'm not going to put money in a hypothetical thing.
Well, that's what the stock market is a speculation. Startups, you don't know if it's going to work. Bitcoin seems to be working pretty well and seems like it's going to be around.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I get it kind of, sort of, but it's just like strange to me. I don't know. I'm going to look at my schedule here. Sorry. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to do this. I was going to hook get our friend, Mr. Q on here, but I don't have the inability to do that at the moment. So I was trying to do that. He was going to come join us yesterday, but anyway, yeah.
He's leaving tomorrow, right? Heading back to Virginia.
He is. Well, I mean, the best part about that is that we can get him in any time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the Zoom, it's everything's possible. It's like,
Well, it's interesting. He was talking about taxes in Virginia, and it's pretty harsh, man. They got a state tax and sales tax. That's a rough one.
Yeah, well,
we're lucky here, and we got to keep it that way. That was crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I will tell you, they seem to make pretty good money though.
Yeah.
Over there, they're not making $5 now. I don't know if their minimum wages there, but
no, but they're taxed with the state tax and sales tax, and that's tough. California does that.
Minimum wage, which they say that if it would have kind of grown with our
inflation and all
that. Yeah, we'd be like at $23 an hour right now.
I heard about 22. So.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, it's not nuts, but somebody's not making the numbers correct. You know what I mean?
Well, and then college went up because of the student loans and all that. So the college tuition's so much higher than it should be compared to wages and prices otherwise. So hopefully they'll figure that out. I have no idea how to figure it out.
Because somebody, if I had one word, speed in which, so if we could take one thing away from this world, I mean, to take it away, like your letter, right? You said a minute ago about your letter.
Yeah, take away the letter. We don't need it.
If there was one thing we could take it away from the world, what would it be? what would you do? What would you say it would be? The one thing.
Probably hatred.
Good.
Take that away, you can get a lot done.
And my one thing is greed. I think that most hatred and most every problem we have in this world is caused by greed. And you take away the greed, if everybody's here for each other, then we're golden. I mean, I don't see, nobody's gonna. We're just help. That's why I believe in the Zig Ziglarism of if you help enough people get in this world get what they want, then you're level. If you help enough people get what they want in this world, you'll get everything you need. That was his quote, and I 100% believe that, 1,000%.
Well, it'd be nice to get rid of the greed, but keep the ambition. We need ambitious idea people. We need entrepreneurs.
Most certainly, and you know what? We can. I mean,
innovators.
I'm not opposed to making money. I'm just opposed to greed. The whole, when it comes to how much money does the Joneses to have? How many cars does the Johnsons have? How many whatever it is? Not just that, but it's horrible. The greed is just insane. So, but yeah. Anyways, hey, I do have some questions for you, by the way, because I was thinking about that concert last night, not our concert, but the thing we put.
A little show, it was a little concert, a little live stream concert.
Yeah, a little live stream concert. Yeah, I think, by the way, we have like maybe had 150 views last night, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet the numbers and stuff, but
it's pretty amazing that you did shoot that with a cell phone. It's funny to think that your phone can be a camera for a concert. It's just
yeah. Well, they say that's the best thing to record anything on right now. So
yeah, I think what you're talking about too is if we can get rid of all background noise and figure everything out and get the right distance, man. He looked good too, and you could see his emotion when he was singing and stuff. It was good.
I thought it sounded great too. But I was thinking about concerts. I was going to say, what was your? I think we talked about this before, but what was your first concert that you went to?
I don't know. I was pretty old. I'm trying to think what concert. I think it might have been Foghat. I took this guy because he had a broken collarbone and couldn't drive. It was not good. They had 3 songs, and then they wailed on to too long on each song after that. It was not good. And some band, Blackfoot, opened for him. I didn't like those either. Didn't like them, yeah.
What year was that?
That was like 79 or something. Yeah, I was out of high school. I was probably 20, 21 by the time I went to a concert.
Yeah, I think my first concert was, oddly enough, in grade school. For some odd reason, Crosby, Stills, and Nash came here to town and played.
Wow.
Yeah, they played at Mark Morris, and I went to that, and I didn't realize at the time that it was actually a big band. I had no idea what they were.
Oh, yeah.
But it was cool, and we went and watched them play. And then I don't remember too much about that one. But as far as what's your favorite band, or not your favorite band, Brian? Your favorite concert?
Well, it was the impromptu concert at the China Club. It was a bar, and Prince was there with his new band. So it was Prince in a 300-seat bar. That's a great concert.
You saw Prince in just a small bar?
Prince in a small bar, and I was less than a foot away from him. When he stood at the edge of the stage and sang, I was right there. And then when he played the piano, I had to look to my side to see him. I was actually further in towards the stage than he was.
Huh.
Yeah, because the stage jutted out a little bit. And Rick James was there that night earlier. He played, or later, I can't remember. He played, and he was,
wow, what bar was this? I'm sorry, the China Club?
Yeah, it was known for like Bruce Willis going there and singing. And
oh, yeah, I remember seeing him. I mean, I didn't see him.
92. And so I went there and got in the front row, and Prince was there, and Rick James, I saw him earlier, and then I saw some Doobie Brothers members played, and then I met Mickey Dolenz and bought him a drink at the bar. It was cool as hell.
It seems like, how many people does that hold?
About 300. It does have a downstairs area that's a basement, but you can't really see the action down there.
But it's a private bar, really. I mean, that's
Oh,
pretty.
it's a club. You just go in there, but it was known at the time for famous people. It was like last night Bruce Willis played. He came up with a harmonica. The night we saw it was Rick James, and that was really good. And then Prince. Prince was the headliner,
Do
basically.
they still do that there? I wonder.
Not closed. It was a fad, but it was the place to be. Yeah, you don't see that very often, but that's a pretty big lineup with Rick James and then later Prince. I mean, sheesh.
Yeah.
That might have been the night that Prince and Eddie Murphy and those guys went off and did the basketball too, because he had just started a new band and had played at the China Club that night. So I don't know. I didn't see Eddie Murphy though.
Oh no, yeah, that's cool. My favorite concert. Actually, let me think here. I don't know. I've been to a multitude of different kinds of concerts, but I think I went to a concert, went to the Grateful Dead, which was,
Oh wow,
yeah, and that was 95 or something, I think, or
jeez,
it was 2 days before Jerry Garcia died, so it's probably,
wow.
yeah, I can't remember what year that was, 90.
It was about 95. I'm not sure, but around that time.
Yeah, it was, but they played in Seattle. I went and watched him there, and then he went to Portland, played. I think he played the next day, but he died that night, I think. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Did he look sick or anything when you saw him?
well, I will admit, I was pretty far away. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was like, I mean, I was in the field, and I was on the floor, on the ground, but he didn't look sick. No, there was just, but it was literally an American experience. I mean,
Oh yeah.
the crowd just was emotion, just the whole thing, the whole time. Everyone was moving with the music, and I've never seen more. That was the first time I ever saw so many people, business-minded people, or like community leaders. I don't know if they're community leaders or not, but I'm assuming by the way people were dressed, suit and tie. These guys were all lawyers or doctors or whatever they were, and they were taking drugs like it was nothing. They just pass them out, boom, boom, boom.
Wow.
Yeah, and I did not partake because I was chicken shit. No, actually, I did not partake in any of that stuff because the girl I was with, super beautiful girl, loved her, but she had decided to go ahead and take some drugs, some heavy duty drugs, and so I played babysitter the whole time. But it was still just beautiful music and everything. It was like the whole crowd, the feeling of everything, just it was just so cool, and I mean, but you hear people called the Deadheads, and now I saw them and I know who they are. They are the people who will follow them around, round. They'll sit outside of the concert before it starts for like a day or two, and they'll put their fingers up and they'll go,
Wow.
and they'll go put their finger up and they'll go one, and they prayed for one. And what are they praying for? They pray for one free ticket. All they
Wow.
pay is weird, And so then they get the free ticket. Somebody always has an extra one, not always, but people do, and they give them to these people to get into the concert, and then they sit there and they shower, or they'll. It's just weird. They dance. They basically dance the whole time to the music.
So that gal kind of messed it up. Is that why you have a chapter in your new book called Women Ruin Everything? Is it because of that one?
Yeah, pretty much. No, although
Did you
no,
have to
yeah.
babysit the whole time? It was crazy. It was.
I didn't mind. I mean, I let her do it. She wasn't
Yeah.
like, I didn't care. It was but like I said, it was an American experience, and so
Yeah.
by me
Everybody
not
was doing
taking
it.
advantage of the drugs and so forth that were
Yeah.
there, I got to actually experience everything and
Yeah.
actually soak it in, and it was just cool, and yeah. So that was a pretty big one. I mean, I think that
That sounds good.
yeah, and then the concert I went to probably in '96, I think it was. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Boy, I'm missing a lot of concerts. But I went and watched the Pearl Jam one in Seattle, and it was right after they had they had a concert in the gorge where the fence had fallen and people had died. And I ended up being right next to the near the stage and the fence in between there. And I was getting crushed against the fence. And I'm like, this isn't gonna happen. And I mean, if I wasn't paying attention, I swear to you, I would have my body would have been crushed against that fence, man. It's just, and you can't do anything about it because people, you know, they're just moving and there's hundreds of them. So yeah, that's how people get hurt, you know.
Scary stuff there.
It is scary. But that was a super cool concert, you know. I was a huge Pearl Jam fan. What was your last concert, Brian, that you've been to, besides last night?
I can't remember even. I don't know. It might have been Aerosmith 12 years ago or something. I don't know. I was at I don't know. It might have been the one at Vancouver Amphitheater. It was Aerosmith and Cheap Trick.
Well, that actually amphitheater there in Rochester or Ridgefield, right?
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about?
Ridgefield, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good venue. I like that. And I prefer sitting on the grass than I do inside the. Yeah, it's cool. I've went and saw the last few years. Well, I guess it's been a few years, but I went and saw Van Halen there, which was their comeback tour, you know. And I watched Pearl Jam there, which was you know, probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and it was 6 years ago, 5 years ago, because I remember the girl I was dating at the time, and we watched Ben Harper. I've never seen Ben Harper before. But Ben Harper is very, very interesting, very cool.
I've never heard of him. I got to check him out.
Yeah, he was so talented, man. He is a guitarist who plays the guitar. He's such a badass. He plays the guitar on his lap like a piano.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, what is he doing? And I'm like, wow, he just sit on his lap playing it sideways, you know. Yeah. And I was super impressed with Ben Harper. Yeah, I should find that. But my last concert. Go ahead. What's that?
I'll have to look him up. E is for entertainment. I need you to entertain the crowd for 35 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, folks, we're going to see how long it takes him to pee, because he has a prostate about, how big would you say the prostate is? The size of a nickel, a dime, a quarter? That is where this becomes an interactive show. If you can show me what you think it is, silver dollar, I'm not quite certain. But I'm assuming his prostate must be swollen. No, it's gonna be a bad time. But thanks for coming and joining us either regardless. You know, we've got, we're just two dudes making idiots of ourselves. So trying to actually learn to speak. The only purpose of this is to learn how to.
Less than a minute.
There you go.
Less than a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you guys figure out what it was? Nickel, dime, quarter, penny? What did you say? We'll find out later on. Anyway, Brian, go ahead.
Are you a fan? Do you like Nickelback? I hear people talking a lot about Nickelback.
I don't like Nickelback. Yeah, well, no, I don't think so. But
not a fan.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. But my last concert was probably a year before the pandemic, I think, maybe. Well, I've been to plays and stuff, but as far as concerts go, I went to my last concert was probably 8 months prior to pandemic, I think, and it was in the McMinimums in Portland, but it was the what was it called? No, I'll forget this one because it's a Crystal Ballroom. Crystal Ballroom.
That's a great one.
Yeah, and it was Citizen Cope or Citizen Cope, and by the way, that's a great music too. I've never heard of the guy. I was given these tickets, so I went and found a friend and took her, and wow, they were awesome. Citizen Cope is great. It's actually one guy.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Well, Crystal Ballroom is one of the best places in Portland. I went and saw Super Diamond, which was Neil Diamond impersonators, but the guy rocked it out. It was actually really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was good.
Well, speaking of which, Neil Diamond, he did have a album that came out last year, apparently.
Wow.
On my birthday, June 20, remember?
Neil Diamond? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not Neil Diamond. I'm thinking Neil Young. My
Oh,
apologies.
Neil Young. Okay. Totally different story.
It is. I'm not a Diamond head, but yeah. Or I do like Neil Diamond. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this Super Diamond was great because it was they rocked it out more than his normal song, so it was intense.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. So I have some more questions for you, Ryan. The people and I came up with a couple of them while you're gone. So, but let's see here. What surprises you the most?
Oh, how people will hold on to an idea even when they know it's wrong. Once it's accepted by almost everybody that it's not correct, they'll stick with it somehow. It's weird. I've seen it lately.
Yeah.
I think I might do it, but I'm not sure. I might do it too, but I see it a lot. It freaks me out.
Even though you know it's wrong, you just keep on going with it,
Yeah. Or fallacy, you know. Well, even silly things like people saying Mr. Rogers was a sniper in Vietnam or something, but he never served at all. So.
Yeah. Oh, I remember Mr. Kangaroo, I think it was.
Yeah, that was incorrect too. All that stuff was incorrect. The Lee Marvin saw Captain Kangaroo in Iwo Jima or something, not true.
No idea. No idea. But I remember hearing.
None of it happened.
I heard that Captain Kangaroo was somebody back in the day, like he was a war hero or something like that.
He was in the service, I believe. But the story was Lee Marvin saw him on Iwo Jima during the battle. Lee Marvin saw him, but Lee Marvin wasn't there, and neither was Captain Kangaroo.
Well, one thing that surprises me, people who bring up irrelevant people. I'm just kidding. No, but Lee Marvin, I think to myself, I guarantee you we're talking about Lee Marvin and most people don't even freaking know who he is anymore. Probably.
But that would come up on Facebook a lot. Mr. Rogers was a war hero and all this stuff. And, why did they do that?
Well, Fred, what was his name? He was a Marine, I think.
No, that's true. He graduated from college and got a job two days later.
Really?
Yeah, he could have been in the Marines for 48 hours, possibly 36.
Oh, no, not Marine. He's a preacher, though. Or not preacher, but he was like something. I have to look into that now. Because
he went to college. 2 days after he graduated from college, he got a job in television. So he was on top of it, man. Mr. Rogers. Yeah, everybody that I ever heard that talked about him, it was positive. Michael Keaton was on the crew when he was young with Mr. Rogers. He was
really?
Yeah.
What did he do there?
Camera crew. He was, I think, a cameraman or. Yeah.
I watched the Michael Keaton movie this morning, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow. Which one?
It is actually still on my TV here. It is, oh, shoot. Actually, I'm not quite certain. It's I never heard of it before, but it is. Oh, American Assassin.
Oh, wow. I never heard of it.
Yeah, either did I. But I'm halfway through it right now. So
he did. You ever see the Dream Team with him and Christopher Lloyd? And they were all mental patients.
Yeah, that was a good one. Dream Team. Yeah, I like Michael Keaton a lot. He's a cool cat. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't been to Hollywood too much to actually see people, and I don't study them too much. So
yeah,
I go with what. And I watched another movie this morning before breakfast. I had breakfast yet, but apparently I just did. But No Escape with Owen Wilson, which is actually pretty good. I thought it was stupid. Couldn't be stupid because I love Owen Wilson, but I like him in the funny roles.
Yeah.
And this is more of a serious action-packed role where.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was quite surprised. So good job, Owen Wilson. I couldn't see him being like, well, I might have to kill the guy. I might not. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's so heat-haw.
Kind of surfer.
Huh?
The surfer type.
Yeah, surfer type. Well, and the funny part about that is that people don't know that his twin brother is the other Wilson,
Twin brother?
Twin brother. And the fact is that the only reason why it makes him different is the fact that Owen Wilson got his nose broke years ago, and he keeps it that way so they look different. Well, Luke Wilson, yeah,
Yeah,
Luke and Owen Wilson, yeah. You can look it up right now.
you gotta look that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, so they look exactly the same, except for the fact that Owen Wilson has a broken nose, and he kept that way for a reason, you know. So they're separate, so they're different. And then he does blonde hair, you know. But other than that, but he's a pretty funny guy. I mean, I do think he's, you know, the Wilson brothers. What are you finding?
I'm not finding anything about twins, but yeah, I know they're brothers, and I know they were in a movie a long time ago. I don't think they're twins. There's no mention that they're twins. Yeah, I think.
Well, they look exactly alike, so I thought they were twins. Somebody I know.
I was thinking Owen was older.
Yeah, it looks like it. Well, but
there's an old movie called Bottle Rocket with those two. It's kind of a low budget. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I like Bottle Rocket. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, no. I can't see here. I'm not looking stuff up as fast as you can. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Don't want to waste our time with the people, but I will make you answer another question here. Would you like to be famous? And if so, in what way?
I used to want to be, but now I don't have any interest in being famous. Just want to do well.
Yeah.
Maybe stopping a school shooting or something would be cool, but that's just egos.
Hey, hero is always a good way to be famous. Absolutely. You know, I think if I was going to be famous, I'd rather be a famous philosopher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, Owen and Luke are 3 years apart, so.
Well, I don't know when the nose is broken, but they would look exactly.
But you're right about he's older than Luke, and I think he did like to be an individual by not fixing the nose.
Yeah, that's well. But they're not twin brothers, huh?
No, they're 3 years apart, but I think that helped him become famous because of the nose. People like that broken nose, man. It just he's so distinct.
No, I get it. Yeah, I think he is definitely, but it makes his voice different. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That yeah, makes the voice different and makes him kind of, which is like unique. That's why I thought particularly he wouldn't do very well for a comedy. I mean, for a serious movie like this one. But yeah, it was the storyline is that his two daughters, 4 years old, are twin daughters, and I think they are. And you got me thinking they're all twins. They all look alike. Either way, his twin daughters and his wife, they moved to, like, I want to say Thailand, and while they're there, war among the people, civil unrest. Right when he gets there, is unrolling, is unraveling, and he ends up watching all the people they kill right in front of him. They kill the Americans and people just because they're Americans, because some other underlying thing that we have done for America, bought their water rights or some odd thing, you know, to help them out supposedly. Anyway, so they were very unhappy, and it was huge civil unrest inside of Thailand, and in particular, he gets inside there, and Pierce Bronson has to help him get out, type of thing, you know, and the family, and it's
what's this called again?
It is called that movie is No Escape.
No Escape with Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Which is
that sounds good. He did did he do Black Hawk Down? Was that him too?
I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I like him. He's one of my favorites. Oh, back to Michael Keaton though. He said when he was on the crew at Mr. Rogers' show, they all the camera guys all were naked one day. That was going to be a prank on Rogers, and he came out and laughed and did the show. Just did the show. Didn't even say anything about it.
Yeah, because they're all naked. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he just goes, okay.
Yeah, but
it was funny.
He must be a good guy, because I mean, to go out there and have your crew all naked and then not be just, you roll with it,
Yeah.
that's one of those things where, and the show must go on type of thing,
Oh, yeah. He laughed. He
And-
was good natured about it. There were no women there, apparently. So it wasn't lewd or anything. And it was in the 60s or early 70s. So it was way back.
Well, would have been a lot better if there were saying there's just all men there.
Yeah, it was in Pittsburgh, apparently. That's where Michael Keaton grew up.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's where Rogers really got going, I guess. You never hear much about people doing shows in Pittsburgh, but that's kind of cool.
No.
That's where he got it going.
Was Pittsburgh Welcome Back Kotter?
I don't know. I don't remember it being Pittsburgh. New York. They were New York.
Yeah, they were. You're right.
Yeah, they're total New York. They even had gangs and
New York. Yeah, it was.
Up your nose with a rubber hose. I mean, come on.
Yeah, right.
Crazy stuff. Deer Hunter was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember the movie Deer Hunter, but
they were in the coal, they were in the minor steel towns, and they were drinking the beer, and they were all depressed, and it was cold and ugly and dirty, and they went deer hunting. Yeah, it was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and they're in Vietnam then, actually.
Yeah.
I do believe
that was a wild one.
Yeah, that was very sad.
That was originally, from what I read, pitched as it was going to be a Russian roulette in Vegas. It wasn't even going to be a war movie.
Are you serial?
Yeah, I read a story about that. It's really wild.
Russian roulette in Vegas. So
it's going to be the Russian roulette thing, and then I don't know how it spun off, but
I do believe that movie has an Oscar, actually.
I think so. It might have got Best Picture that year.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, so if you have not ever seen the movie Deer Hunter, if you want to watch a movie that's phenomenal, I mean, it's don't get me wrong. When I say phenomenal, it's got sad parts and it's got some extreme parts that you may not like, but it is a very good movie, and the acting is phenomenal.
Yeah, Meryl Streep is the love interest of Robert De Niro. I mean, that's pretty good stuff. Christopher Walken steals.
Yeah, Christopher Walken. Yeah, you can't get any better than that stuff, man. And with Christopher Walken and Robert De Niro, that's just insane. That's awesome,
Yeah. And the third guy was good, John Savage, but he never made it as big as those two.
Harvey Keitel is not in it, is he? I don't think he is.
No, John Savage is the third guy that ends up losing his legs from the knees down or whatever. And remember, he falls out of it. It's just terrible what happens.
Yeah, but that's a war movie, by the way, folks. Yeah. So, powerful movie. And it's not a war like, I don't know, like it's not a lot of war in the movie, but it's very war setting. They
were into deer hunting, and he was the deer hunter, and then he went off to war. Changed everything in his life when he came back.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't want to have your child learn how to hunt, have him watch Deer Hunter. I mean,
it was a great scene though when he comes back and he goes hunting, and everything's different. Hunting's different after the war.
Everything's different after the war. Yeah,
such a good thing in his life.
Yeah, I think, and I can totally see that. I mean, yeah, the PTSD that you'd receive from going to war. I never want to pick up a gun again.
It wasn't an anti-hunting movie either.
No, it's not. I was just saying that if you really want to, you could spin it that way for a person who didn't want to have their child hunt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I remember people complaining that it was anti-hunting, and it wasn't. It was just life was different, and his perspective was different after the war. Things he liked to do before, he didn't like to do anymore. Changed him. Yeah, and De Niro, man, just him thinking is a good acting experience.
Yeah. De Niro's phenomenal, no matter what he's doing. Well, today was brought to you by the letter E of entertainment. We have
almost 2 more minutes, man. We started at 8:06, so we have 10 minutes. See if you can entertain the troops.
Well, of course I can. Would you be famous? I already said that. Okay, so I'm going back to my notes here. What is your most treasured memory?
Oh man, I got so many of them. I have hundreds. I don't know which one's the most. Oh man. One of them is just randomly was going to outdoor school. It was relatively new. They hadn't been doing it long. And we went to Barnes School. The sixth grade got to go. And it was like the adventure of a lifetime. Unbelievable. Still have friends that talk about it today.
Hmm.
50
I think
well,
that's
50
cool.
years ago. Actually, to be honest, one of my greatest memories is when Cowlitz Little League team won the state title. I wasn't even an all-star, but we were all fans, and it was the coolest local thing ever. Friends and family, and oh man, it was celebrated. Everybody was celebrating. This little team from Cowlitz, first ever. That's so etched in my memory when they were champs.
Yeah, that's cool. I think my most one of my most treasured memories I could tell you is that my aunt Phyllis, she would every Saturday and Sunday would do pancakes to the family. That's breakfast. I mean, anybody and everybody would show up at her house to have pancakes on the weekends. It was awesome, you know. But so she would do pancakes, and then every so often, probably about once a month or so, she would do a fried bread and a split pea soup. I think it was. No, I'm thinking, yeah, split pea soup. So it was a green soup, so that's split pea, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so she'd make the fried bread, and mind you, her walls were literally, I absolutely adore her like a second mom. She was just, I loved her so much. However, in her kitchen, in the walls around the kitchen area where the food was, where the stove was, there was like a fake wall there. There was like a wooden little, kind of like, what do they call blinds, like wooden blinds that were right behind the stove. And that the walls on that thing must have had that much grease on it,
Yeah.
just dark dripped grease of how much love was made in that kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for years and years and years. It was just like, just that's not coming off. There's, I mean, she had a, I don't know, she made food constantly, and the stuff she made was very, very greasy. So just years and years, like it was the back of a fancy restaurant, just thick
Yeah.
brown grease. But I'll tell you what, her pancakes were phenomenal, and I don't know how or why they were so awesome. But I'm gonna go buy some pancake mix today to go. And we nobody eats carbs anymore, of course, but I'm gonna try and get some more pancake mix today. And I'm gonna make her kind, because she had a certain kind. Actually, which was, I'll tell you right now, Bisquick was hers.
Oh.
So my mom made Krusties, and she made Bisquick, and I hated Krusties. I would eat them, but not compared to the Bisquick. It was pretty much the way to go. So
My mom made the batter, so we never had Bisquick or Krusties. I didn't even know about the concept till I saw a commercial. I'm like, "What do you mean pancake batter already made?" I didn't know. I thought, that's pretty cool.
yeah, yep. That was it. So yeah, and Phyllis did too for a while, but I remember switching over to
Probably, yeah.
Bisquick.
In the 60s and 70s, it was make your own, and then Bisquick, and those things start coming. You go, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah. No,
Cool. Pancakes. Every time you talk about Phyllis, I want to go to the pancake house. She's done it again. I'll have to maybe go tomorrow.
well, actually, I'm not opposed to doing some brunch today. So
Why? It's Saturday. I got to do the Brother Bill Mill City
the
Explosion
Brother Bill City,
Eats
Brother Bill
Match. It's Overeaters Saturday.
Overeater Saturday. Well, I haven't had breakfast yet, except for I did it, just the little packet of Captain Crunch. It was like the side thing, which is kind of funny, but
Well,
yeah.
Longview Donuts is good for a snack. I'd do a snack. I can snack it up and then still at 1:30 be hungry. Oh,
Yeah.
last week I ate like a massive early lunch, and then you called and said, "Let's go to the backstage," and I went and ate again. Took one for
Yeah.
the team.
Took one for the team. Yeah.
It was great. I was so full, but
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. So, by the way, folks, if you know it from this area at all, the Backstage Cafe is a pretty good place to go right now. The food is phenomenal, and I think the prices are great. Not like, I mean, it's just good. And the other day we went there, I got some different Radiatore,
Yeah.
which I never had there before, and I got the blush sauce,
Yeah.
blush sauce and stuff. And but I can tell you, when I was done, there was so much garlic had been made in that food that wow. I mean, even for me to say, hey, because I love garlic and stuff, but I was like, wow, this is coming up, and it wasn't. It was like burp, you just had some. It's very flavorful, to say the least. It was. The guy knows how to put some spices in that food.
He's a real chef.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
He uses spices like the dad from Christmas Story uses profanity. Remember that?
Yeah. And oddly enough, they're both about radiators. Radiatore, remember?
Radiatore.
Wasn't the Christmas Story about? I mean, it's about, but
it had that.
Didn't the father?
Yeah,
the father's furnace. Yeah, that was where his profanity lied. Was all in that right there.
It was like a monster battling him. I love that part of the movie.
My father used profanity like other artists use, paint or something like
oils.
But that's what, isn't that the phrase?
Yeah, it was like Van Gogh did watercolor and he did profanity.
Yeah, something like that. That was some great lines right there in that movie. The way he said that stuff,
The narration was the best narration, I think, in any movie I can remember. That the narration was excellent.
You know what? We'll look at that into who has the best narration in movies out there.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Movies with the best narration. That'd be good. I mean,
Shawshank.
Shawshank's got good. Yeah. Well, we're gonna look into that next. I mean, I will not right now. We have to get out of here, but but I'm gonna look into that.
Worst narration ever. The worst narration in my mind is Blade Runner. I thought Harrison Ford did terrible narration, but that's just me.
I thought, and this is just me, but I thought that Blade Runner wasn't very good. I didn't, and I guess the reason why is because I liked it because it showed like some pretty creepy stuff at the time and stuff like that. But as far as the movie goes, I like conceptual movies, and to me, it was just kind of, I didn't get into it. I just couldn't get into it, Well, I tried the new one too. Just couldn't get into it.
Some of the best narration in a television show was Wonder Years, so we can.
Oh, sure.
On that note, that was all narration. Seemed like.
Well, it makes me wonder. Okay. Anyways, yeah, no, that's it. That's a good show. That was a very good TV show that was ended too early, apparently. I mean, it lasted for a few years, but something happened there. What happened Wonder Years? Do you remember? When he grew up.
Fritz Evers went to prison for killing OJ's wife or something. I can't remember how.
There you go. Sounds good.
I can't remember what happened. No, they ended it happily after about 8 years.
Well, but there was a reason why they got out of it, though. I can't remember why it was not good. Okay, y'all. This is the Rochambeau, and you paper, scissors, or rock. You choose. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Got you again.
You did. Look at that. All right, you be quick and I'd be quick and you be slow or something like that.
Get a hold of me in a few, and I'll see everybody next time.